let us get it back into Sunless skies. So if I remember correctly, where we were last with Sunless skies was that we were trying, or we were not trying, we were about to go to Albion. Let's go ahead and head to London and start to progress some of our quests. Let me double check. So I think we have most everything in the Reach done, or it's in a status that we can't do anything. Let's see. Repentant Devil. Bareness of Hell. Well of the Wolf. Well, I don't know where the Well of the Wolf is. I think the Bareness of Hell is in the Blue Kingdom, maybe? Incognito Princess wants something at Perdurance, so that's in Albion. We are helping the circus, but why? The Incautious Driver, we have to visit places in Albion. The Vagabond, prison in London. Hesperidian Cider, shop in London. Rat Brigade. Perdurance, alright. Alright, so yes. All we need to do is actually get to Albion. 5 sacks to Titania. We have about 2,000 monies. Right. Let's go ahead and head on out. We can start doing some chuggas and choo-choos. That's not the choo-choo button. There we go. What is a train without the choo-choo? So I want to finish that last bounty while we're here. So we're going to go to the LNS to grab the Verdant Seeds, which we will hit Titania on our way south to the Albion Transit Relay. Now, if I remember correctly, the only way to pass through is we either have to bribe them for 500 sovereigns, we have to have 2 stamped, ministry stamped documents, and I think there's a third thing. We're probably gonna have to go with the bribe route, but I mean, we do have 2,000, so I think we'll be okay, all things considered. Certainly don't want to have to be running around down here making chump change when we got a whole new map awaits us to see new things and find more events. You're gonna miss this place though. It's nice and green. The undergrowth draws in. The calls of unknown gargantuan beasts rattle your engine. Here, the Reach runs wild. Oh, we got some bees. It's also good we need to do this run because this will put us past Magda lines, and we need to go ahead and clean up our terror meter before we head on out. Better to manage the terror before it becomes a nightmare. We've already accidentally lost one captain because the meter maxed out. right? We're also missing our orphan. We never got the event to pick her back up, so that kind of sucks. All right. Oh, that's a fun big emote. Yeah, that's Glottal made it. Did big ol' eyes, big ol' beepers. Eventually, I'll be as good as Glottal in pixels, but it's gonna be a while. Mine are a little more scuffed. I wanted to get a bit of fuel because that's about to run out, and I think we can turn in some stuff to the research base. Yeah, we had the stomach of the cantankerous. And that was it. I'll get us a bit of money, but we are leaving anyways, so don't need to worry about min-maxing our returns because we are not going to be returning anytime soon. Never mind, fix Arbor if she'll lose you. Yeah, I mean it's deceptive. You'd think having just such a small space to work in, it would be easier to make something that, you know, just pops, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to work that way. Certainly doesn't help that I don't have a strong foundation in colors and color theory, so like just building a palette sometimes is difficult for me. It's like I don't make the colors distinct enough, so they just kind of get muddy. Like it's not blending correctly. It's like, but I only get better with practice, so that's what I gotta do. Look, you're the one who attacked me, buddy. Ow. Alright, that was my fault. I should have been paying better attention to my heat. You always seek the unusual items. Ooh, some salon stewed gossip. What's our weapons? Okay. Yeah, we have the... Okay, we were able to equip the better one. I just don't remember which is which. Okay, my right click is the better one. Noted. Actually, I should pick up some honey. Why not? We've angered the bees! Oh, you want some of this? Get blasted! That's what I thought. Let's not take a risk of losing any crew. I feel like our crew is unusually small. Am I missing something? Oh, I must have taken off my bridge slot. I see. Well, I do need some Tales of Terror, so that's nice. I just really don't want to accidentally get my character on the drinking malice. Okay, so Auburn's landing. We'll get a port report. We hand off the sacks of verdant seeds. Let's go ahead and restock our fuel and supplies a bit. We do want to leave a little bit of cargo room just in case we come across anything. Alright, bees, leave me alone. Right, okay. We are done with the plant zone. Now we are going to the therapy house to conquer our fears. Probably going to be using up some of that salon stewed gossip I had, just because the other possibilities to spend there I don't have as many of. And salon stewed gossip is kind of a quote-unquote cheap resource. Like, it's kind of easy to get. At least it was in the Reach. Maybe in London, salon stewed gossip will be worth more and harder to find. Hopefully I don't regret not getting a bunch of unseasoned hours before bringing it up there. All right, so let's treat our terror. Ooh, we do have 6 savage secrets. Yeah. Salon stewed gossip is our most, because we have like 9. And we've already seen all these, so we're just kind of jumping on through. I think... let's reduce our terror, and then one more salon stewed gossip, and we should be good. Oh, let's also write a port report. Treat our terror. Request treatment for guilt. Yep. Someone from my past. They linger in my memory. All right. We have zeroed out our fears. Now all that's left is to go to the Albion transit relay. We will open our eyes to London and see what she has for us. Plus, I imagine we'll get a nice fistful of experience once we're in there and exploring. We've kind of started to stagnate on our XP. Probably, you know, if I was going out and picking fights with some of the harder enemies, maybe we could get a decent chunk, but like, stories and events give you the most. And I don't want to die again. Salon stewed gossip. Or supplies. Let's eat our fill. Reduce a bit of terror. We gotta choo-choo with all this chugga 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 chugga. I wonder if Albion is going to have different music as well. Company ship! Take him out! The Reach belongs to the Takates! Down with the company! I can just line up my dang shot. No, not again. Dreki, Dreki, don't die. There we go. Ooh. I think I winged him with that shot. All right, we can range him. Just got to avoid getting in the sight of their double gun. Ooh. Ow. I'm trying to line it up with their lantern light. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got one. I think we might have just came across a second battle. Let's go ahead and raid. Ooh, a sheaf of papers. Ministry stamped permit. Ooh. We're lucky we can get a second one, and that will save us a pretty penny. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and try and maneuver into an advantageous position. Got him. Is the Takati gonna help us at all? Or just be a meat shield? Meat shield, got it. It's just going straight at me. I missed. I would prefer to not take damage. There we go. It's too easy. Ooh, unlicensed chart. Ministry stand permit. Hey, we came out ahead there. That was perfect. Just what the doctor ordered. Not the right button, Dreki. All right, well, while we're here, we'll just do a quick stop in Port Prosper. Rub some elbows with the old West Enders down in town. Write a port report while we're here. The John Lamas Fair. All the sights and sounds of a day at the fair in London. Genuine rubbery lamps sold by the cartful. Icons of mayors passed from Dick Whittington to Sinning Jenny line the streets. A Ferris wheel offers paying customers the chance to survey the heights of Port Prosper. Side stalls speckle the side streets, manned by gamblers and mountebanks. The main streets offer popular games and diversions, watched over by a number of burly guards from the factories. Side stalls, main stalls. The inadvisably big dog. Something large and immodestly fluffy this way comes. People hasten to get out of the way. Perhaps you should stop it. No! I want the dog! A dog of colossal proportions, golden as a lick of pale nectar, comes stampeding through the stalls, crashing into the displays, tripping bystanders. Menace in the body of a long-tailed, velvet-nosed stuffed toy. You attempt to corral him into an unoccupied side street, but the canine takes it as an invitation to play. He barks excitedly at you, tail slapping into a stack of ceramics, and bounds away, clearly expecting you to follow his trail of bruised fruits and broken pottery. Needless to say, the locals are not impressed. Oh, I want the doggy. Aha! We get a retry! Ah. Alright, so the text changed a little bit. You moved into the canine's trajectory, arms spread wide. The dog takes it as an invitation to pounce, bowling you over and subsequently half drowning you in slobber. The locals are only too happy for you to lead the animal away, especially after they discover that no one knows who he belongs to, where he came from, and why they tolerated him for so long. Hell yeah! Dog has joined our engine. Let's head to the side stalls. How do we fail on a 78? Oh, man. I'm trying to be a person of the people, a revolutionary. How can I do that if they don't accept me? Delicious rubbery lumps, a feast for most of the senses at once. Carnival barkers invite you into this new excitement or another. A funhouse built like the HML Parsifal, a haunted house built from a frontier homesteading, a game of knife and candle with real knives. Unfortunately, one of the other competitors is a prominent society lady incognito. You both avert your eyes and do your level best to avoid mentioning your mutual acquaintance, but the damage is done. I see. I see. Wait, before we go anywhere. Doggy. Where's the doggy? He is huge. He's enthusiastic. He is hairy. He wants very badly to help. Oh, we can pet the dog! If goodness requires that things are not destroyed in a creature's wake, this dog is probably not a good dog. Nevertheless, merely asking the question causes it to ascend into a riot of joy. Your slippers will never be the same again. But it's a rare sight to see something in the high wilderness so innocently happy. Fortunately, our little mushroom man is much better on the stats, and we kind of need every bit of stats we can get at the moment. Especially because it's in stats that we do not have very good amounts of. Alright. Let's finally see what another one of these worlds looks like. To Albion. The seat of London. Alright, so 500 to bribe him. Oh, we could take 2 barrels of unseasoned hours to go second class. Oh, the permit is permanent. Oh, that's a good thing I went with the permits. At a bronze wood kiosk, the superintendent examines your papers minutely, sticks them on a spike, then signs and stamps a small booklet for you, your new transit permit. Union Jack Blue, he says of its cover, as if it were something to be proud of. Well, that's going to save us a lot of money. Let's present ourselves to customs. A pinch-faced inspector boards the ship with their retinue. Come on, hurry up. You've nothing to hide. You've got nothing to fear. Your mouth cracks into something almost, but not entirely like a smile. Nothing from me, at least. Ooh, we could have contraband. This? Is it illegal? Take it! Take it all! I have nothing to fear. The pinch-faced inspector almost looks disappointed at having to give you a clean bill of passage. Such a waste of time, they mutter, stamping the customs form. Go on. No reason to take up space here. A stone edifice, scintillant with sigils, is encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is a Singh-Jenkins relay, allowing transport via a loophole in some cosmic mandate across the sunless wastes to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire and the seat of Her Renewed Majesty Queen Victoria. Oh. Wait. Oh, I still need 2 barrels of hours. Or another ministry stamped permit. Damn. All right. That was annoyingly anticlimactic. We can go buy some hours at Lustrum? Yeah. So we'll just go do that. I do need to restock my fuel, though. Go ahead and do that. Oh, we can just get hours here. All right. Probably overcharging us, because I feel like 80 is high. Plus, you know, it's right next to the transit relay, so, you know, they're probably turning a mighty big profit. Alright, let's do this song and dance again. Nothing to declare. Clean sweep. Ba-da-ba. Return to our engine. And to Albion we go. You deliver the barrels into the relay's hour looms, which clank and grind. They spin a jacket of fresh time in which your locomotive will make its journey. Enclosed in your engine's pocket of hours, it is hard to say how long the passage will take. Unseasoned hours tend to be melancholy and anxious. Your journey is likely to be wearying. The machinery grinds and stirs. The steam vents. The sigils of the edifice burn with sullen fire. A force, like a great hand, seizes your engine. The journey is disturbed. As you traverse the relay passage, some celestial beast thunders amidst the roots of the sky. Its lamentable bellow shakes the heavens. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. Chevron 3, locked. Right. We have made it. And this is another big map. Holy crap. Ooh. We got our first music. Okay. Ah, the background is so cool. Look at all that machinery into the depths. We have the sparks flying through space from all of the ironworks. I love how they do the layering of the scenes in this game. Provides so much dimension. Plus, I'm just a sucker for anything remotely close to parallax. Repentant devil. Brabazon! Such efficiency, such moral apathy. The people should be taking notes. The bit between. I see. Between what, though? The officials of Brabazon never bothered to formally name this waypoint. Captains dock here to pick up goods or deliver workers. It's not a place to linger, because of the proximity to the accelerated time of the work world. Ooh. A hulking clay man in a heavy coat stands on the platform. Here, Captain. You can perform the funeral rites, he says, nodding to the urn in his arms. Then I want to travel. He pauses for a long moment, and then, as if feeling something more might be expected, I could help out on your engine. All right, let's get our... It's been a while since we've got a new person, so let's go ahead and pick him up. He asks the conductor where he would like to hold the ceremony. He looks about, confused, as though he hadn't expected the question. At last, he comes to a conclusion. It will do, he says, indicating the crowded thoroughfare. You and a few more of the respectable of your crew gather for a brief funeral. Everyone has at least something in black. You offer the expected phrasing before pausing for the eulogy. The late conductor shakes his head. You do it, he grunts. Alright, it seems very taciturn. We'll just say something. You render up a bounty of platitudes, benign wishes to the beyond, and modulant remembrances of departed friends. The conductor frowns, stonily, realizing he needs to give you at least something to work with. You could sing, he manages. You work a line about a man of clay with the voice of an angel into the eulogy. The conductor seems satisfied. Where's your engine? Ready to assume my duties. Conductor picks up the urn and heads off in the direction you point. Fascinating. We can get some fuel here. Ooh, we can get some crate of nostalgic crockery. Let's get 2 of those. And, you know, these hours are cheap. You've unlocked this by having no unrest at Brabazon? Ooh, we are a revolutionary. Is it time for us to incite the workers of Brabazon to seize the means of their production? To take part in their labor? Incendium. Oh. Why am I over here? Oh, I didn't think about that. I should make something that works. I broke the thing. Well, so the way I'm able to get my model to wacky waving inflatable flailing snake man on this is my model is actually the worm on a string right now. And then I have my normal model as an item that I've attached to the worm on a string. And so I can waggle around like this. There's actually given me an idea for some other stuff where I might, because I've used invisible objects in VTube Studio to get certain effects. Like you can, because you're like, the way it's pinning things is the underlying art mesh. So if you make something completely transparent, you can pin yourself to it, and so you'll still fall around wherever it goes. I use that for my PNG to make the throwing system throw at the PNG. I made a little outline that's that I can turn invisible once I've lined them up. But I can imagine it could be really fun to have like maybe like a boat scene, and then you have a boat item that's, you know, being moved around and rocked around, and then you could have your model on that bit that's being rocked around. Thing is, though, now that I think about it, though, like you can only pin 2 models, so I'd have to make my model the boat itself. And I'll figure something out. Let's see what's going on at Brabazon. Brabazon Work World, the first work world to be established in Albion. Working here, debtors can escape prison. They remain till their debts are repaid, and a ticket away has been funded. The primary industry is hours processing, which has the side effect of accelerating time on the work world surface. The dock is between Brabazon Work World and Little Nice, where the more privileged overseers reside. The dock is, for captain's sake, nearer Little Nice than the work world. Unexpected aging would deter even the greediest captain from arriving. You said a lot of words you barely understood. Sorry. The real Nerd Hours tag is not for nothing. Ooh. 0% chance of success. Yikes. For Starshine. What is Starshine? The guards are not corruptible. Starshine does not help them perform their daily toil and keep others at theirs. You would most certainly not be allowed to join a tour in exchange for it. The workers are not yet rising up. Ooh. All right, so let's do the incautious driver because it looks like we're guaranteed to fail the first attempt. So let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Witness the worthy president, bless the toil. The question is, is it just a different price? Or will we get a materially different event? You know what? We have plenty of both. Let's just let's use a savage secret. The overseer listens intently to what you have to say. Useful, I think. We shall see what can be done with it. He directs you to a group by the tour leader, who shepherds you all into a side room. Tour leader hands out thick cloaks. Keep off the smut. Group covers itself. The hood lends one woman, with her hair coiled up high on her head, an awkward shape and unexpected height. Satisfied, the tour leader begins a briefing. Alright, so we get a carriage clock. As you know, time on the work world moves more velocitously than it does outside. In order to exempt you from the effects, we've had the loom spin a fold of external hours to cover the tour. Please carry these carriage clocks. They will show you how much time your protection will last for. Please don't stray. He pauses for emphasis. It is crucial that you stay with the tour. Your time runs out every minute it takes for us to realize could be hours for you. There is a flurry of anxious whispers. Once it has subsided, your group is led onto the work world. Interesting. Your group is accompanied by two overseers. The overseer brings up the rear as a woman in her early 30s. She checks her carriage clock compulsively. First stop on the tour is the Brabazon Rug Weaving Workshop. The overseer beams and gestures for you to enter the building, larger than any other on the street. An attractive young worker leaps up to greet you. This workshop was built thanks to the generosity of Lady Tudor. Please admire our beautiful handcrafted rugs and weavings, exported for sale in London. Workers here gain skills that can support them for the rest of their days. A group of workers nods and smiles at you. One stands to better display their work. Another thanks you for their visit. The youth is the last to see you out. Perhaps I'll see you elsewhere in Albion. Let's smile at the workers. Simple act of human warmth. They smile back, and their smiles are as stiff and rehearsed as the line the youth delivered. The tour moves on. Ooh, the glassworkers. A fascinating aspect of the Brabazon is the mutually beneficial relationship between the place and its workers. The overseer makes a sweeping gesture. Make note of this smog. I'll explain more inside. The building you enter is heated by vast furnaces and ovens. Workers are blowing molten glass. The smog prevents much of the sun's heat from reaching Brabazon. Without factories such as this, Brabazon would freeze. The workers keep the factories alive, and the factories heat the work world, and it becomes a pleasant place to live. Here, work enriches life. Several of the group coo in admiration. One man boasts about his Brabazon glass collection. A young lady in gaudy finery turns to you. My parents paid for the main furnace to ensure the poor would never go without. What did you fund? Declare you paid for the roof over your very heads. Anyone who talks to me like that, telling me about their jobs, sorry, but you're in a code. yeah, this is basically, I mean, this is literally a debt prison colony situation kind of thing. Plus, in the lore of the game, the hours that they're refining, it's basically literal time travel. So they're processing the raw hours into something that's used elsewhere to turn back time for various opulent reasons, to speed things up that are tedious or whatnot. And, you know, as they're processing all of these hours, all of the workers are being affected by, you know, all of these raw effects. And it's made mention a couple times as like raw hours is exhausting to experience because it's just time that feels wearying. It feels exhausting to deal with. So they're literally being worked to the bone in multiple ways. Oh, so mornings. Yeah. If it was a perpetual morning all day and that was literally your work. Another curious thing that I don't know if it's been clarified. So if they are sent here, let's say they're sent here for 5 years. Is that 5 years real time? Or is that 5 years including the time that they're sped up? Because if you're moving at a time dilation where 1 real hour becomes a sped up day, that'll start adding up really fast. I'm tempted to say I paid for the roof, but nah, I'm just a humble locomotive captain, traversing the wilderness, defeating horrors beyond mention and delivering goods most rare, but perhaps one day I'll engage in a charitable endeavor. The young lady blushes. So dangerous, so romantic. That sounds much more fun. Is it difficult? Perhaps my parents will buy me a locomotive. She seems bored for much of the rest of the tour. Seems the thrills of your profession outweigh the charm of inherited virtue. Please line up here. That's it. The overseer indicates a long, low window. It has been recently cleaned to a shine. Inside, hard-working souls refine raw hours imported from the Reach. After this process, they may be spun in our hour looms and put to use. He taps his carriage clock as an example. The refinery is clamoring, roaring space of long benches, sweating workers, and rolling smoke. The overseer explains. The geodes containing the hours are cracked open, and the fibrous strands of salt like time are separated with small chisels and saws. Men and women do the former work, children the latter. Oh, cool. So we have children here. That's great. That's cool. Why are children at a... All right. Okay. The filaments are then passed through a series of furnaces to remove impurities, which are in turn brushed away in an indigo slush. The slush is raked to ensure not even a stray minute is lost. Once the seconds and minutes and hours are extracted, they are seasoned, taken from a very high temperature to a very low one, and back. After this, the tangled clumps, the color of the sky just before dawn or after dusk, are carded and wound onto spools and long filaments. The overseer raps sharply on the window. As one, the nearby workers look up, smile, and wave. Need their tiny little hands to separate the tiny time. Yay! Great. Good to know, even in an alternate pseudo eldritch past future England, they can make all these factories definitely more ethical, and you riding the snake wasteway. Yeah, we're just grooving, we're schmooving, we're wiggling. They could combine an entire millisecond with my fat sausage fingers. Well, the thing is, I feel like they've invented tweezers, so we could just use those instead. So, do we hurry after the tour? Don't know how that works, but it's great. So, what I've actually done is you can actually re-import Live 2D models as items. So I've actually set my current model as the worm on a string, and then I loaded the normal Dreki model and pinned it as an item in the foreground. So now I can wiggle around, and I can also do this. Whee! Is that okay? Hey! Yes. The noodles and the snoots are for booping. Welcome on by, everyone. I think, as a revolutionary, it behooves us to... Oh no! Incendium! Off into the void, comrade. We will rescue you. We will not let you be affected by the unseasoned hours for too long. I mean, I said I was gonna. Let's linger and watch. No, I don't. I refuse to work in eternal mourning. Seconds after the group has moved on, a worker in the middle of the front row leaps from her seat. She pulls on the striped blazer that had hidden in her lap and dashes from the room. She is replaced by another, gray and exhausted. No one looks up. Oh, we had an overseer hiding to make sure the workers stay in line for the fancy tour. Leaving the refinery behind, you turn through the streets towards the ceaseless ring of hammers. A short walk, then you enter a dusty yard. The tour leader adopts a noble frown. Unfortunately, not all work on Brabazon can be creatively fulfilling. We also produce raw components like gravel and aggregates. Ah yes, time-honored tradition of making big rocks into smaller rocks. You have looped back to a yard near the bit between. The second overseer is already there. Men and women, hard with muscle, bright with sweat, are breaking rocks with sledgehammers. They wear vests and breeches with cloth masks to keep out the worst of the dust. Yeah, you gotta keep out those asbestos. You don't want that mesothelioma. Although I guess in fallen London, asbestos would probably give you some sort of eldritch... it's probably actually more like an eldritch parasite that infests you, and then they multiply until enough of them are able to overwhelm and take over your body, replacing you, and maybe or maybe not like exploding to infest everyone else. That would kind of be par for the course in this game. We equip our workers with safety gear, just in case prolonged exertion in this air might prove unpleasant. As you can see, the regular exercise ensures they are strong and healthy. Many leave Brabazon with athletic inclinations and pursue fitness as a profession. A stout gentleman with a monocle sidles up to you.
This whole place is just marvelous. Keep busy while paying off debts, giving new skills and education. Simply marvelous.
Why not? Equivocate. Well, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, no. And on the third hand I just grew. State that you are repulsed by the whole thing.
I've had enough of this farce of a tour.
The man frowns.
Wrong, of course.
He nods sagely.
Because they must spend some of their years here, but what would they do with those years otherwise? Squander them, suffer and die.
His expression is condescending.
Better the improving conditions of honest work, don't you think?
You refrain from punching him in the smile. Come on, come on. The overseer is gesturing at you angrily. Can't waste another moment. We have to leave. Now. It's important we return in plenty of time, so I'm afraid we'll have to end the tour here. Lead overseer circles the group, shepherding the huddle through the doors, back to the bit between. The second overseer takes a head count, a poor one, for she double counts twice before giving up. Nevertheless, she signals her partner to go ahead. I hope you appreciated our little tour, and we shall pass your thanks on to the workers of Brabazon. Perhaps, when they pay off their debts, you'll see them again. The overseer shakes the hands of the most prominent donors. Of course, this entire endeavor is thanks to your generosity, he murmurs at them. While the group preens, he collects the carriage clocks. The overseer who takes your spent carriage clock draws you aside. You're a Skyfarer, aren't you? We need for someone without official connections to the governor to help us with a delicate matter. We need someone who isn't one of the sponsors. There are unsavory individuals on Brabazon Workworld. They inveigle others to do their work so that they might have time to plot. They are fomenting unrest. He shakes his head. It won't do. It just makes the other workers unhappy. Next time, see if you can sneak away from the tour. I hear their leader is looking for outside assistance. He winces. For once, time is on their side. They have so long to plan relative to us. If you hear anything, pass it on to me. I'll be around here. Tell him to go to the blazes. This place is an abomination. Revolution, if that's what he hints at, could only be for the best. Yeah, he can go to the blazes. The overseer shakes his head sadly. Not all things are so easily changed, or changed for the better. I've been here long enough to know that. He smiles wryly. They don't lie, you know. It is possible to work your way out. He searches your face for a change of heart. You don't have to decide now, but if you hear news, please come to me. I'll speak to the governor. Make sure you're paid for any information. Oh, I'll be paid for information. Paid in your blood as we take you to the guillotines. Set the workers free! Can I even immediately go on another tour? I could, but no. This absolute chump thinks you're a dang snitch. Why, I ought to pop him right in the kisser. Alright. Let's see if we can find some more places.